Welcome back to 360 Crucial News. I'm Amy Johnson. In an alarming development that underscores the urgent need for climate action, Earth has broken multiple heat records in recent months, with scientists warning that the planet is entering uncharted territory in terms of global temperatures. On July 22nd, the planet experienced its hottest day in recorded history, with an average global temperature of 62.87 degrees, according to data from the European Climate Service Copernicus. This shattered the previous record set just one day earlier. The back-to-back record-breaking days came amid a streak of 13 consecutive months of record-high temperatures. Climate experts emphasize that these extreme heat events are clear evidence of human-caused climate change accelerating at a dangerous pace. "We are now in truly uncharted territory," said Carlo Buontempo, director of Copernicus. As the climate keeps warming, we are bound to see new records being broken in future months and years. The unprecedented heat is having devastating consequences worldwide. In the summer of 23, over 2,300 heat-related deaths were recorded in the U.S. alone, the highest toll in 45 years of records. Heat waves have become more frequent and intense, with cities like Phoenix, Arizona enduring weeks of temperatures over 110 degrees. The toll on human life is not limited to the U.S. and India. Hundreds died during intense heat waves, with temperatures soaring above 122 degrees in some regions. Experts believe the true number of heat-related deaths globally is likely much higher, as many countries lack robust systems for tracking and attributing heat-related mortality. Beyond the immediate threat to human health, rising temperatures are exacerbating droughts, wildfires, and extreme weather events globally. Wildfires have ravaged vast areas of forest in North America, Europe, and Australia. Drought conditions have intensified in regions like the Horn of Africa, threatening food security. Meanwhile, more intense hurricanes and typhoons have battered coastal communities with increasing frequency. The economic toll is mounting, with one study estimating climate change could cost $38 trillion annually by 2049. This includes damage to infrastructure, agricultural losses, reduced labor productivity, and increased healthcare costs. Scientists attribute the bulk of warming to greenhouse gas emissions from burning fossil fuels and industrial agriculture. While natural factors have played a role in recent temperature spikes, human activities remain the primary driver of long-term warming trends. "It's certainly a worrying sign," said climate scientist Zeke Housefather. "What really kind of makes your eyeballs jump out is how the last few years have been so much hotter than previous marks. It's certainly a fingerprint of climate change. The situation is rapidly approaching critical thresholds outlined in the Paris Climate Agreement. The planet has now experienced 12 consecutive months above the 1.5 degrees Celsius or 34.7 degrees Fahrenheit warming limit that countries pledged to stay under. While short-term fluctuations don't indicate permanent crossing of this threshold, they highlight how close the world is to breaching this crucial guardrail. Ocean temperatures have also reached record highs, with 15 consecutive months of heat records in the world's oceans. This has severe implications for marine ecosystems, including coral reef bleaching events and shifts in fish populations that many coastal communities rely on for food and livelihoods. Experts stress that urgent, sweeping action is needed to avert catastrophic warming. This includes rapidly transitioning away from fossil fuels, protecting and restoring natural carbon sinks like forests, and investing in climate resilience. "We have the technology to largely stop doing that today," said climate scientist Andrew Dessler, referring to greenhouse gas emissions. "What we lack is political will. The need for action extends beyond national governments." Cities are on the front lines of climate adaptation, with many implementing heat action plans to protect vulnerable populations. These include measures like opening cooling centers, increasing urban green spaces, and improving early warning systems for extreme heat events. Businesses are also facing pressure to reduce their carbon footprints and adapt to a warming world. Many companies are setting ambitious emissions reduction targets and investing in renewable energy, while others are working to climate-proof their supply chains and operations. As temperatures continue to climb, the human and economic toll of inaction grows. With each passing day of record heat, the case for immediate, decisive climate action becomes more compelling and more urgent. The world stands at a critical juncture, with the actions taken in the coming years likely to determine the livability of the planet for generations to come. Some scientists worry that we may be approaching tipping points in the climate system thresholds beyond which rapid and potentially irreversible changes could occur. These could include the collapse of major ice sheets, leading to catastrophic sea level rise, or large-scale forest die-offs that would release massive amounts of stored carbon. However, there is still hope. Rapid advancements in renewable energy technology and increasing public awareness of climate issues offer pathways for change. Many countries are setting ambitious targets for carbon neutrality, and global investment in clean energy is reaching record levels. The challenge now is to accelerate these positive trends and overcome the inertia of existing economic and political systems. As Christiana Figueres, former head of climate negotiations, warned, "We all scorch and fry if the world doesn't immediately change course, but targeted national policies have to enable that transformation." As the world grapples with yet another summer of record-breaking heat, the message from scientists is clear. The time for incremental action has passed. Nothing less than a global mobilization on the scale of a wartime effort will suffice to address the climate crisis and secure a livable future for coming generations. This has been Crucial 360 News. I'm Amy Johnson. If you would like to continue to receive our news coverage, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Farewell for now.